I'm Marc J. Gregson, and I'm going to read for you today Chapter 1 from my debut novel, Sky's End, that's coming out in January. It's book 1 of the trilogy called the Above the Black Trilogy. It's getting published by Peachtree Teen. I hope you enjoy listening to me and Chapter 1. I refuse to be my father, but half of him is me. Even 6 years later, his death festers. It's a wound that tears open whenever I gaze upon the manor at the crown of the mountain. A gnawing reminder of everything I lost when I was just 10. All's quiet here in the attic above the tavern, except for the snowy wind hissing through our cracked window. Mother and I sit near the dying fire. Her hair, skeletal white, hangs over pallid skin. Her frail fingers clutch the armrests. I'm failing her. Can't even scrounge up enough coin for medicine or to layer her in warm blankets. And while I'm not sure I miss Father, his absence has left Mother a ghost of her former self. Years ago, she'd been powerful and carried a dueling cane. That proud and honorable weapon would have protected and guided us back to High. But then her cough came, the shakes, and I've not seen her cane since. She gazes at me. What are you thinking, son? Winter air hisses through the latest crack in the roof, threatening our fire's last embers. I shiver and tuck my knees against my chest. Once we lived like royalty, but everything changed when I found Father in his office, lying in a pool of his own blood. Suicide, they called it. My teeth grit. Conrad, Mother says, rasping, you're thinking of him. Again. She covers a cough and clutches my shoulder, forcing me to face her. Revenge won't bring everything back, son. It'd bring one thing back. Her hand retreats. She goes quiet and her lip trembles. My eyes shut. Never remind her of my little sister, the hole in her heart. Never. Conrad, she whispers, the world wants you to take. Always take. There's a reason your father was never satisfied. Do you want to become like him? Mother, why can't she compromise? Do you? No. Then be better than what the world intends, she says forcefully. Be better. We go silent, and I wish it were easier to be better. But it's nearly impossible when this merciless world has no problem drowning us under the garbage they drop from on high. Mother claims that kindness reciprocates. That's how we got free rent in this place. A decade ago, she gave McGill some coins to start this tavern. But outside of McGill's kindness, her claim has proven bird shit. What about my former friends, the ones who I showed every kindness? Where were they when Uncle exiled us? I lick my teeth bitterly. Mother reaches for her water, but her hand tremors and knocks over the mug. Suddenly, she's coughing with the force of a cannon blast. I leap to my feet. Mother! She gags and begins convulsing. Her head slams back and she topples forward. I catch her before she hits the floor and clutch her tight. Her arms frail and her body locks up. Is this the last time? Black tar oozes from her lips. Her eyes roll back white. I tuck her head under my chin and squeeze her like I can stop this, like I have control, like I've had any control over anything since Father died. Her trembles linger until, after a final shudder, she becomes limp. Dread prickles my back. Don't want to check her pulse. Don't want this to be the last time I hold her. My fingers press against her neck. There's nothing. Nothing until a gentle rhythm taps my fingertips. My vision wets, and I fight the false sense of relief. The tremors will come back. They always do. They're like a stalking predator creeping closer at night. The reason why I sleep on the floor beside her bed. Mother breathes lightly in my arms, as frail as an infant. I carry her to the worn mattress and wrap her in under our thin blankets. Then I brush her hair from her eyes and wipe her mouth with my sleeve. Mother is the half of me that demands compassion, even when it's undeserved. But how can I reach higher when we're lucky to fill our bellies on the tavern scraps? My jaw sets as I focus on the window. The city's lights climb to the crown of the mountain, all the way to the island's greatest manor. That place was going to be in my inheritance. But when Father died, I was too young, and Mother didn't have the blood. So now Uncle's the Archduke. But I don't give a damn who Uncle is. Someday he'll lie beneath my feet, bleeding, and he'll suffer the way he made us suffer. Someday he'll beg for mercy. Mother's breathing grows raspy, and her forehead burns. As she struggles, Father's voice cuts into me like a rusted blade. She's dying. My head shakes. No, it's just a cold night. I'll get some wood, tend the bar downstairs for McGill for a couple hours, and earn her warm soup. She'll recover. You know her last wish, Father's voice whispers. Bring Ella to her. And I know that Uncle's been molding my sister in his treacherous image. Still, I can't leave Mother, can't abandon her. But when my hand touches her chest and feels her weakening heart, my eyes clench shut. A feeling, like the frost on the window, fogs my head. Need to do something. Now. Father's dueling cane glimmers above the mantel, a 3-foot rod with a silver ingle on the end. Each crack in its black surface is history, the story of my ancestors' rise, and it's been our only way of earning coins since losing everything. Some nights I've taken the weapon and slipped off into the low pit. There, in that decrepit arena, I fought desperate lows for a bit of coin while the crowd laughed and gambled. Father taught me the way of the cane, but the lows fight hard, and I've often paid for my winnings with bruises and black eyes, all to feed Mother. But food won't help her now. Hell, medicine probably wouldn't help either. She needs hope again, a reason to keep fighting. She needs Ella. I kissed Mother's forehead, snatched the cane, and slipped from the window into the snowstorm. The white city climbs Homestead's Island and towers over me. Smoke rises from the shoddy chimneys of the lows. Above the low shacks and higher up the mountain stand the bricked homes of the middles. And even higher, nearer to the peak, shine the incredible manors of the highs, each with glistening columns, private grounds, and warm rooms. My breath mists as I lower onto the wobbly tavern's lip, clutch a drainage pipe, and slide into the alley. Pain jabs my skin as my bare heels stab into slushy dirt, but the cold won't stop me. Winter's already taken my left pinky toe. I'll not let it take anything else. I start running. The steep, narrow alleyways stink of rotten garbage. The cold wind blows through the curls in my hair. My legs burn from the incline and I furrow my brow. Got to push myself. Shadow envelops me as the gleaming moon dips behind a neighboring island floating above. The floating island, dappled with trees and blanketed in snow, hovers among the clouds. It's as quiet as the alleys. I hope you enjoyed listening to the first chapter of Sky's End. There's a lot more. It's a pretty action-packed book, and it's coming out in only a couple weeks. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day.